Okay, guys. This is intro, right? Hello, YouTube. I think the last time we made an educational video, it was like 10 CS a minute out of lane, and I was like, if you guys want to see it, we'll make like a 10 CS a minute in lane, and yeah, that's what today's video is about. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how we can get consistency in the laning phase. Okay, and I know we're gonna title this video something like how to get 10 CS a minute every laning phase, but that's not really what laning is about, right? Laning is like, contrary to popular belief, getting 10 CS a minute isn't necessarily the end goal of all laning phases. It can, it does show consistency if you can get 10 CS every minute, but it's more of the 10 CS a minute is a product of good laning. Right, having 110 CS by 11 minutes is just the natural byproduct of good, consistent laning. Okay, and I kind of like wrote down some like notes here, and so for us to kind of look at before we start looking at these videos. I think the important habits to build for consistent laning will definitely include at least these 3 habits you see on my screen, okay? And we're gonna talk about these real quick before we start the video, and we're gonna try and kind of, see if you can kind of practice this. If you don't already, have these habits in place, see if you can practice this as we're watching the video, okay? So the 3 really important habits I think you will need to learn are involve 1, not getting ganked, okay? Not that you shouldn't get ganked, but you should not die to gank. You should not die to roams, mid roam, top TP, mid, jungle gank. It's a classic. Like if you're dying to this, you're definitely griefing the laning phase, and you're definitely not getting 10 CS a minute. Okay, so one habit that will help you in terms of in regards to ganks, if you find yourself dying to ganks a lot, I think I see this a lot in gold and platinum and diamond and you know what, you guys all need to work on your map awareness. Okay, it will involve something like every time you last hit a minion, you need to look at the map to track the enemy jungler and the enemy mid laner, because those are the most common nowadays that I see, at least in my games, is jungle gank when your jungle is topside, and mid roam when the enemy mid is pushed. Okay, those are if you want to take any free cookie cutter easy strat ideas, it's look at the minimap, look at your jungle, their jungle, and your mid, their mid, and look at the mid wave. Okay, and then once you find these people and you know who is coming, like you've identified it cannot be the mid laner, but the jungle is coming because your jungle is topside, then you want to calculate tactically what is their best attack. Okay, so what we mean by that is, let's say they have like an Elise and like a Blitzcrank. Okay, best attack would look like Elise flash cocoon into Blitz flash hook if they have flashes, right? If Elise doesn't have flash, it could be like Blitz flash fist into hook into cocoon. Okay, so what I mean by calculate is how would you force the gank if you were them? How would you guarantee the gank if you were them? Okay, come up with best attack for them, then come up with best defense for yourself. So let's say you think it's Elise flash cocoon and then into Blitz flash hook, right? Then you'll say, okay, I have Gale Force, I'm just gonna Gale Force flash cocoon. Or I have heal, I'm gonna heal sideways when Elise flash cocoons. Or I have flash, I'm gonna flash Elise flash cocoon. Okay, you're gonna come up with best defense, and then once you figure out best defense, then you can say, oh, I can bait the gank or I can't bait the gank, right? So let's say you only have heal and you're like, okay, I have to heal at least flash cocoon. Yeah, screw that. That's not possible. So then you can't play in such a way that will allow at least gank, okay? And second, the habit we're going to look at is when fights break out during the laning phase, there's a big question for a lot of you guys. It's like, oh, should I go help my team fight? Like sometimes it's just a fucking disaster. Like, oh God, it's like a disaster when I go. Or sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, okay? So one main criteria in laning phase to evaluate if you can go or not is if you have a timer to go. And what is that? What do we mean by that is, are you going to lose minions if you leave lane right now? Okay, and I'm sure we'll see examples of that in these replays we have for you today. And another, a good criteria to go is, of course, is everyone on your team there, right? Or is it like even numbers? And can you do something about it? Hopefully you will be, hopefully you're not so weak that you can't do something about it. But yeah, we're going to assume that you can probably do something about it. Let's say you're playing Tristana, you have your bomb and jump. Okay, you just put the bomb and then blow it up, right? So third habit is after we push the wave, okay, figure out what we want to do with our timer. Because it's not just kill the minions and then AFK. in the bush, right? It's kill the minions and then we go do something. And I think these 3 main habits will encapsulate what it means to be a consistent laner. I'm sure there are many more habits you can build in order to make your laning phase more consistent, right? But I think for today, we're going to focus on these 3 and, you know, maybe some other ones if we see some very important patterns come up in the replays, okay? So I'm going to play these laning phases for you. Okay, I have 3 of them. I'm going to play them at 2x speed so we can fast forward through these. And the main things to pay attention to are what do we do on the current wave and what's going on the map. Okay, because what's going on the map will determine what you do with your wave. Okay, so what I mean by that is, let's say your support has roamed top and your jungle is diving top. What does that mean for you on the wave? It means you're gonna get dove, so you might have to give up the wave, for example. Now, you might be saying, oh, I can't get 10 CS a minute that way. You're right. The goal is not to get 10 CS a minute. The goal is to lane well. And by laning well, we will achieve a maximum amount of income. Okay, so these 3 replays I have for you are what I consider to be, you know, not bad laning phases. Okay, it's like pretty consistent, and that's kind of what you should be aiming for in your solo queue games when things seem very chaotic. Okay, and the last one won't even be 10 CS a minute, but I'll have a ton of money. Okay, so anyways, let's look at this replay. So basically here, we're literally just pushing them in. You see, like, what, you know, can we kill these minions? The enemy jungle is Kha'Zix. What is their best attack? Flash Braum Q. Are we okay? Of course, you're gonna flash away from Flash Braum Q, right? So can we push? Yes, because their best attack does not beat your best defense. Right, so as we're you know doing all this, you'll see a lot of the time I'm just, you know, we're just chilling, killing the minions, right? And then what do we do after you kill the minions? Oh, you can go ward, you can hit the tower. We're hitting the tower for plays. We're trying to harass them. Usually I like harassing them a lot to deny their best attack. For example, if best attack is Flash Braum Q, then if you bring Braum to 200 HP, they can't go for a Flash Braum Q, right? So I really like poking the support under the tower. But hey, that's just me. I'm a Caitlyn main, right? Anyways, you're going to see here that Kha'Zix is forcing a gank, this is how you punish kind of poor gank ideas from the enemy team. We're baiting ganks here, and you'll notice, we can go back and slow this down, but you'll notice that, like we said, their best attack is Flash Braum Q into, you know, Kha'Zix gank, and somehow they proc Braum passive. Is this even possible? I don't even know if this is possible, right? So all you have to do is just flash it, okay? They have a best attack. You need to prepare your best defense well ahead of time. And when do we need to pull the trigger? When Braum pulls the trigger, okay? So if we back it up here, I don't really know the exact time where Kha'Zix ganks. Of course, it's going to be sometime around now if he's clearing towards bot side, or maybe he cleared up and then he came down from base, right? But the idea is, if you have no clue when they are ganking, then you must be ready for them to gank whenever. And as you're hitting this minion, you say, okay, Flash Braum Q, I flash. You full prepare this, right? So when you see, if you hit these minions, you watch Braum and you're like, oh my god, he's doing it, guys. It's no problem. We're good to go. And here's like an extension of this. Here we're just gonna take a Bard portal because we're cheeky. We could probably just walk away, honestly, because Braum has no Q, right? So here we're walking away. Okay, this is really funny because our mid laners also doing the same thing where they int gank, right? Because what is Akali's best attack here? It's like flash E, take the E and Q, right? But like that doesn't work because Misfortune's best defense is flash. So this gank doesn't work, okay? So a lot of times you'll see in your games, I promise you, is how do you know, like, do you know the difference between like an int gank and like a not int gank? Like a non-int gank is like one where you guys can force and they can't do anything about it. Their best defense does not win, does not let them escape, right? And outplaying the enemy team, absorbing pressure like a sponge, is your best defense does in fact beat their best attack, right? And you're baiting it out. Okay, but anyways, let's fast forward here. We have pretty much a free lane here, and you'll see that, okay, we're back to business as usual, right? We're just hitting the tower, right? Because remember, their best attack is no longer Braum flash Q. It has to be Braum jump to a minion and then Q, right? Because we know he has no flash, right? You don't have to be scared of flash all the time. You just, you know, we just track their flashes, right? So you'll see us literally just kill every wave, and then we're gonna play, you know, we're gonna decide to probably hit the tower. I'm not gonna lie. We're probably gonna decide to hit the tower after every wave, okay? So in terms of habits we are using in this replay so far, it's 1, don't die to gank. Well, sorry, goals. 1, don't die to gank. In the habits, you know, like we discussed, figure out their best attack, who is coming, and their best attack, and then come up with best defense. And then 2, right? what do we do after we push the wave? What do we do after we get the wave? What do we do with our timer? Okay, and you want to use your timer wisely. Let's say, for example, you have no flash and you're very scared of the enemy jungler, and you see them topside, right? You see Nunu topside. Okay, I'm gonna sprint into his blue and ward quick before he snowballs bot, so that we can have an early warning sign when he ganks bot, right? And that would be a way to kind of, if you guys are wondering, like, oh, I have no flash, Saber, how do I push? I feel like I'm gonna die to their best attack, right? That would be an example of how to play around that. Okay, and as you can see here, we see Kha'Zix's bot, right? So we don't have to do anything crazy here, right? All we pretty much just don't die, right? When the jungle is on your side of the map, just don't die. It's that simple. Like we're watching this in 2x speed, you don't really see me doing anything too crazy, right? I think the video is getting like already over 10 minutes, so maybe we'll cut things and just do two laning phases, okay? Because I want to keep these shorter than usual to appeal to more people, and I don't really want to repeat myself too often. It's probably annoying for you guys, right? So here we saw that Kha'Zix's bot, he has to go top side, right? He's obviously not ganking bot. It's not possible, right? And you'll see that, you know, if you take a look at how many waves we've missed, we've pretty much missed no waves. Oh, another habit, probably for the lower elo people, is you guys sometimes base randomly, right? This is probably aimed at the gold and platinum and below, okay? So when you base, ask yourself if you're losing minions. You're not gonna see me do that often here, but here's a great example, okay? So this is the second habit we're talking about. When fights break out, we'll say when fights break out, or when you want to base, I want you guys to build the habit of looking at your bot wave and saying, will you lose minions if you go? Or will you lose minions if you base? And what I mean by that is, if you leave the lane, will you lose those minions to the tower or your wave, right? So if we see that there's a fight going on in the jungle and we look bot, we will not lose minions if we go because we have already killed them all, right? Will Miss Fortune lose minions if she goes? Yes, she will lose the minions to the tower. Therefore, she has to either decide to sack a wave and come help, or to pick up the wave and come help late, okay? And if you don't know what to do as an ADC, a good default is come late. You cannot just sack your waves for no reason, okay? If you were wondering what a good default is. So here, you can tell that, you know, we are literally just perma World of Warcraft farming, and the only interaction was avoiding a gank with the enemy team. Pretty much the only interaction. You know, I mean, we're not solo killing them or anything, right? We're literally just 10 CS a minute, hitting the tower, making sure we don't die the best attack. Best engage, I guess you could say. Right? And this is literally the laning phase. That was the whole laning phase. And this is consistent. You will be, if you have a low pressure, playing against a low pressure lane like them, or maybe even a high pressure lane, they don't even know how to play, right? Maybe they're just like missing hooks and stuff. Then you will be able to achieve the same result. If you accomplish these goals. 1, do not die to gank. Do not die to mid lane or roam. Do not die to TP. And we discussed habits on how to do that. Okay? 2, when you see a fight go on bot side that you want to go to, or you want to base, ask yourself, am I losing minions if I go? Okay. And 3, how do we actually play the game instead of just AFK farming a lane? What do you want to do after you kill the wave? You have a timer to do something, right? When we kill a wave, when we push a wave, it means we have a timer, right? So if we go back to the example where there was like a roam into the jungle here with this fighting, right? I killed that wave right here. I have 1 timer to move. 1 timer to move to help Lee Sin. Miss Fortune has not killed the wave yet. She does not have a timer to move. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, so if you're confused about the terminology we're using, that's the terminology we're using. Okay, so let's take a look at an example where we don't get 10 CS a minute, but it's still good income and good laning. And this game will be a lot more nuanced, so to speak. It's also a lot shorter, okay? So here, we have this EU West support. I think Mystiques. He's going to be EG Academy. And we're playing against, like, Blitzcrank Draven. And you guys, a lot of you guys are like, oh my god, how do you play against Blitzcrank? And that kind of stuff. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see some of that. Oh, also, I didn't mention about this. We pretty much only talk about, like, macro ideas. So this is kind of assuming we don't run it down 2v2. So if you guys are, like, dying 2v2, you probably have bigger fish to fry. I don't know how often that happens to you guys, but if you need some help, I guess, let me know in the comments. Hopefully you guys are not inting 2v2. But I already have some videos, some old videos on 2v2 matchups and stuff you guys can take a look at to help prevent 2v2 ints, okay? But yeah, if you are inting 2v2, that's not good. Hopefully, so yeah, definitely not good. We're not really covering that in this video, okay? So, wow, we are actually zoning them from the wave, so they are losing XP. Oh my goodness, they are dying here. Okay, this is a little bit out of the norm, But basically, we saw Blitz hook the red, so he has to come the long way to lane. And Karma wanted to cut him from the wave, so they couldn't approach. We get to poke them a lot. So we got both their flashes for free, pretty much. Well, yeah, pretty much for free, right? So, well, Karma is actually still looking for them. So, let's keep going with this, okay? And we're still practicing the same thing. We're gonna watch what we do on these waves, right? We're just gonna kill. Can we kill these waves? What is best attack? They have no attack. Their jungle's not here, right? And you know, based off that, what do we do with the wave? Oh, we can just push, right? Oh, also, when in doubt, you just slow push, build a wave, and crash into tower, okay? Just memorize that formula if you're not really sure what to do with the wave based off enemy jungle information, okay? So, when in doubt, just build a massive wave, crash into a tower, okay? We don't need to get too in depth into that, I think. So here, push the wave. What do you want to do after you push the wave? We choose to hit tower. We don't have a ward, right? We're super instead. I mean, we're just poking the support, right? Remember, best attack is not Blitz flash hook. It's Blitz walk-up hook. And the more you poke the support, the more you poke the guy with best attack, the less likely they are able to force the attack, okay? I think if you want to learn how to like poke people on their tower and that kind of stuff, who do we aim? That's the guy you aim is ideally the guy with the best attack, right? Because here's a classic. You poke the ADC Draven, and best attack is Blitz flash hook into Olaf gank. Nowhere in that was Draven. Right? Nowhere in that best attack was Draven abilities. So if we would prefer to poke out the Blitz, because if Blitz can't flash hook, then best attack is all of a sudden Olaf axe into Draven E. That doesn't sound very good at all of a sudden, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? Probably more relevant for you like Kaylin players out there, but you know, relevant for anyone who's just laning 2v2 in general. Okay, so here they can't lane a hook because we're just shoving them in 24/7, right? And you can see that, you know, we're not really like trying to all in them or anything. We're just farming and wave management basically, right? We're not doing anything too crazy, right? Oh, this is Echo. Best attack is what? I have no idea. It doesn't work, right? So you can see here that Echo literally cannot play the game, okay? So the kind of common trend in the laning phase for bot lane is, can you absorb pressure? Can you bait the gank based off calculating best attack and outplay it by preparing flash or whatnot? And in that way, you are winning the game for your team, right? Because you saw, if we back it up here, sorry for the strange quality. If you saw back here, right? Best attack is looking like a Blitz hook into an Echo EQ, right? So if we take a look here, Blitz has no hook, which is why Karma's playing like a madman and we're netting forward. And you can see that Echo is showing up. But here's the thing. If there's no Blitz hook, the best attack is all of a sudden Echo EQ into passive proc, or like, what else? Like his W? We have flash for that. It's impossible, right? So he literally can't do anything. So you see, like, we're playing like psychos here, but we know that their jungle literally, like physically cannot kill us. Okay? Once Blitz missed that hook, their best engage all of a sudden is just poof, gone, right? So you can watch this and he's like really trying to force this, but like it's quite impossible, honestly, right? And the more they force it, the more they dig themselves deeper into a hole, because now your jungle can counter gank, your mid can roam bot, your top can TP, right? So I think a big part of good laning is knowing what the enemy best attack is and preparing ahead of time what your best defense is, okay? So yeah, I think that's very important. And yeah, very, very important. And remember, best attack is based off their champions and who is coming. So for example, if it's Malphite TP, okay, it's going to be a Malphite ulti, right? Ulti behind you. If it's Syndra roam, it's going to be Syndra E, you know, the Syndra QE, right? WQE. He's going to stun you, right? If it's Zed, he's running behind you after pushing mid, he's going to press W, press R, right? You guys get the idea, okay? You guys get the idea. So so one thing we haven't gotten in depth into yet is, what do you do when you can't quite pick up the waves? So we said your ability to kind of catch these waves or push these waves is dependent on the map. So here, I want to go farm. So we look at the map here and we see that Karma is top, right? So if you go try and touch the minions, their best attack is all of a sudden Blitz running you into a hook, right? Plus Echo. Okay, we don't know where Echo is, so we'll say Echo is here. You know, it's probably unlikely, but you can't dismiss the fact that he could, you know, suicide gank bot, right? Into his jungle when suicide gank bot. So when you see Karma top, and you see that the wave is pushing towards you, okay? What you need to do, okay, if you don't know if the wave is pushing towards you, quick maths is, if the wave meets on their side, it's pushing towards you. And as a wave meets on your side, it's pushing towards them. And here, the wave met on their side, and they have more minions. Therefore, it's pushing towards you if you do nothing, right? So when you cannot approach the wave, don't approach the wave, right? We see our Kog'maw is top. Your goal now is to defend the dive. It's not to go out and farm the cannon minion. What the hell is that, right? You don't go out and thin the wave or whatever. You need to not die to the dive that is coming. It's a 3-man. It's not a 4-man, because if you look mid, Gragas is pushing mid. It's a 3-man. Okay, and if you look top, Viego is pushing top, but Viego is for sure not TPing bot. Have you ever you see a level 5, level 4 Viego TP bot, and that's not a play. I'm pretty sure, right? So you watch this. I'm literally AFK at tower, and I'm planning to defend the dive. Oh, you saw Echo. Best attack is blitz dive, blitz tanks. So best defense. Come up with it right now. Okay, they will dive. They saw Kog'maw. They will dive right now. I want you to come up with best defense. I want you to come up with best attack and best defense. Okay, so if your solution involves net and trap, the guy tanking tower, you are correct because they don't have flash, right? So whoever's getting netted and trapped is dying. And you might not be able to pick up the wave, but you are defending the dive, right? So if you watch this, you will see that is exactly what I do, right? I'm going to farm these minions, and when they execute the dive, I'm going to try and EW combo the guy who's tanking tower. So we did die, but we were able to pick up a large majority of the wave, and we got a kill, right? So you're not getting 10 CS a minute every game. Like your support, if you guys are winning, he's gonna literally go win the other side of the map, and you will have to play the wave accordingly, right? That's just how it is. But that doesn't mean we're not doing well in lane. You can get a lot of income without having 10 CS a minute, right? And of course, laning phase is all about how can we make money. Actually, ADC in general is how can we make money, right? So if you look here, we are back to business. Karma's back bot, so now we can push, right? We have Karma and Kha'Zix on our side of the map, so there's no real danger to pushing, right? And you see that we saw Blitzcrank. So what does that mean? We either dive bot or they're responding top, and they are responding top. And here you're gonna see me like solo kill this guy. This is just like Caitlyn stuff. I mean, if you can like bot gap them, I guess, and just kill them, sure, go for it. You definitely get all the minions if you can kill them, right? So this is why we don't want 2v2 disasters, is because if you're Draven, you're missing 2 waves here, right? But yeah, the laning phase is pretty much done. We had a total of like I don't know, 3, 4, 5 major decisions. Not too many, right? It's very consistent. You didn't see anything super crazy happen. Well, maybe in the first like 30 seconds, but you didn't see anything too crazy happen. Here you saw them trying to force, right? So here, we want the wave, and then we see that Kha'Zix is on Rift Herald, and Karma's in base. Best attack is, Anivia is not going to be here because Gragas is pushing mid. So best attack is Blitz, Draven, and Echo. And Blitz and Echo take the blast cone. Best attack, okay? So I'm going to push this. I'm going to hella run when I see them take the blast cone. So, oh shit, they're taking the blast cone. We got to run. That's exactly what we do. Okay, so if there's a big takeaway you guys probably didn't know about is how to kind of read the map, because you guys are always like, I have a lot of students who are like, yo, the map is just dark and I can't do anything. No. It's, you don't know where they are exactly, but you should know who can gank and how they do it. Okay, who, Echo, Blitz, how, Flash Hook, and Echo W into EQ, right? Anything like that, okay? You literally need to come up with best attack. And in that way, you can start calculating best defense to know if you are safe or not, okay? That's like the secret that you might not know about map awareness stuff in laning phase, okay? You need to know best engage and come up with best defense, okay? If you cannot do that, you're just coin flipping the fight on reaction. Like the only time you don't need to calculate is when you can beat them. You have best defense with your gut reaction. So what I mean by that is, let's say they have like a Janna, okay? Their best attack is like Janna Flash W. Literal garbage, you don't even have to think about it because you just net away, or you just walk away, or you just heal away, okay? But if there's something you can't react to, like Zac E from Fog of War, you do need to prepare a response ahead of time, okay? If you cannot react to it within half a second, you do need to prepare a response to it, okay? In this example, you're gonna see me, there's a fight going on in the jungle. Can we go based off of, are you going to lose minions? Okay, and so for me, I can go until I'm about to lose minions. So here we're going to press R and run back to the tower, right? You see me just press R, right? And I'm like, okay, I gotta run back because we're gonna lose minions if we don't go back, right? In fact, we lost 2 minions to press R. Totally fine, right? And then we're back to business as usual, right? You know, we look at the map, right? We're slow pushing, the usual, right? Once you start seeing these patterns and trying it in game, you start to realize that, you know, it's pretty repetitive. I mean, it's like the same thing every game. It's just different situations, similar, same habits, right? So this is all. I mean, at this point, we just fucking take the tower, right? Oh, they try and do best attack here. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I mean, 2v2 best attack. It was like a blitzcrank, flash hook, or flash fist, and we prepared net and gale force and flash, right? So I was just like, if he flashes, I flash. It's that simple, right? This is all just PvP stuff. You guys don't really need to worry about this. Worry about this if you lose all your 2v2s, but yeah, hopefully you don't. Yeah, hopefully you don't, right? So yeah, this is outside the scope of our talking today. But yeah, we kill them. If you kill them, it's really good because now you have control. You know, you can just push and all that. And see, we did not get 10 CS a minute this game, right? Because at the end of laning phase, we can pause and we say, okay, I got 100 at 12 minutes. We're missing like 20 CS because of karma rums and whatnot. But look at my income. I have a Gale Force and 2,400 gold for base. I always have a Storm. I'm almost 2 items at 12 minutes. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So your job is to come up with a consistent laning phase, not necessarily 10 CS a minute, but the best you can get in terms of income. And in order to get that as it's a natural result of good laning. Okay, so if there are takeaways from this video, the goals you want to set for yourself for laning phase is: did you die to gank and roam? You cannot die to gank and roam. Not ever. I don't care if you're getting format. You should be able to read the format 30 seconds in advance by looking at the mid wave. Okay, and see if mid is coming. I know we didn't have any examples of mid roam in this replay or the last replay, but if you're curious as to what that looks like, maybe we can make a video on it. Okay, and you need to know where the jungler is based off your jungler. Okay, if your jungler's top side and you don't know where the jungler is, their jungler's bot side. Okay, so once you calculate that on every wave, I want you to calculate best attack based off missing people. Okay, and what will you do because of it? So if best attack is too strong and you cannot push, then maybe you have to retreat because it's a 4-man coming, right? If best attack is beaten by TP counter gank, by all means bait it. If best attack is beaten by mechanical outplay, like you have Ezreal E against Blitz Hook, let's go for it every time. Go for it every time. Okay, I want you to practice. Go for it every time. Okay, and then last but not least, we need to figure out what we're going to do after we push, after we get a timer. Okay, when we push, that means we get a timer. So the majority of timers I used in the last 2 replays were to hit tower. But you saw that sometimes they use a timer to go help the jungle. Sometimes they use the timer to go ward, right? But basically, we need to do something after we push. We can't just AFK. Okay, so I think if you can accomplish these 3 goals, especially the one about not dying to gank, that's really important. That's like key, because if you die to gank or die TV2, you're literally just losing waves straight up. Okay, that is kind of the key point. That one and the one where when you're basing or you see a fight, are you losing minions? If you are, you would prefer not to base or go fight. Okay, we need to go kill the minions. Okay, so hopefully this you guys learned something in this video. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you want to see, I'm kind of out of ideas recently. Don't really know what I want to teach you guys. Yeah, I don't really know what you guys are kind of struggling with anymore. I don't know. I just play and win. So let me know if you guys have any specific videos you want me to make. Hopefully we can get some good examples and cut it down to 10 minutes or less. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. Thanks for watching as always. If you guys want to support me, I guess subscribe to YouTube / visit the stream. Okay, I do enjoy people coming to the stream. Feel free to sub there as well to support the stream, and thanks for watching. Okay.